All right, let's get into it. Today, we are diving deep into one of the biggest ideas from Robert Kiyosaki's legendary book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's lesson 3, mind your own business. And trust me, this one is a total game changer in how you think about your money and your career. So to really get this, I want to tell you a quick story. Picture this. It's 1974, and the founder of McDonald's, Ray Kroc, is talking to a bunch of MBA students. After his speech, they're all having a few beers, and he just casually asks them, "So what business am I in?" You can just imagine, right? The students all kind of chuckle. I mean, the answer seems so obvious. One of them finally speaks up. "Ray, come on, everyone knows you're in the hamburger business." Well, turns out they had no idea what they were talking about. They were completely wrong. Kroc just looked at them and said, "My business is not hamburgers. My business is real estate." Whoa! See, he explained that the individual franchises were in the business of selling burgers, but his business, the McDonald's Corporation, was in the business of acquiring the super valuable land that each franchise sat on.
And get this, because of that one core idea, McDonald's is now the largest single owner of real estate on the entire planet. They own more property than even the Catholic Church. That's the power of knowing what your real business is.
That incredible story about McDonald's perfectly sets up the third secret of the rich, which is all about understanding the huge, critical difference between your profession and your business. You know, most of us are taught to focus on our profession. We go to school to become a chef, a programmer, a teacher, whatever it is. That's your job. It's how you work for money, and all the attention is on that paycheck, your income statement. But your business is something totally different. It's not what you do, it's what you own. It's that collection of assets you're building that makes money for you, whether you're working or not. And the focus here? It's all on your asset column. So here's the absolute key. You can't confuse the two. A person's profession might be, "I'm a banker." Okay, great. That means they work at a bank. But their business should be something they own, like stocks or rental properties that are quietly making them money in the background. And according to the book, this is exactly why so many people struggle. They spend their entire lives working hard, but for somebody else. They're minding their boss's business, the government's business through taxes, and the bank's business through debt. At the end of it all, they have very little to show for it. Okay, so if focusing on your job and trying to get a raise isn't the whole picture, what's the move? How do you actually start to mind your own business? Well, the typical thinking is, I just need to make more money. People chase promotions, work overtime, maybe even get a second job. But see, all of that is still just focusing on the income column. It's still trading your precious time for dollars. The real secret, the paradigm shift, is to start using the income you already have to buy assets. You're not just earning to spend, you're earning to build. You're building your own business in that asset column. So, what counts as a real asset? Well, the book lays it out pretty clearly. It's anything that puts money in your pocket without you having to be there. We're talking about things like stocks, bonds, income-generating real estate, even royalties from a book or a song you wrote. So how do you get started? The strategy is actually pretty simple. And the best part, you don't have to quit your job. The idea is to keep your daytime job, but then you get really disciplined. You keep your expenses low, you attack your debts, and you take that extra cash and just diligently, consistently start building up that asset column. Now, this change in focus does more than just make you wealthy. It totally flips the script on how you buy nice things, luxuries. There's a huge difference in when you buy them. See, the poor and middle class tend to buy luxuries first, often with money they don't have. They use credit cards or loans to get that fancy car or designer bag, going deeper into debt to look rich. The rich, they do the complete opposite. They build their assets first, and then they let the income from those assets pay for the luxuries. So in this new mindset, a luxury isn't something you just buy to impress people. It's a reward. It's a prize you get for successfully building an asset that can now afford to buy it for you. Kiyosaki shares a perfect example of this from his own life. His wife, Kim, really wanted a new Mercedes. Instead of just going out and financing one, they spent 4 years building up their portfolio of apartment houses. Once those properties were generating enough extra cash flow every single month, they used that surplus money to buy the car. It was the apartment portfolio that bought the Mercedes, not them. So that Mercedes wasn't just a car, it was a trophy. It was physical proof that she knew how to apply her financial intelligence to grow her asset column to the point where it could effortlessly buy her the luxuries she wanted.
Okay, so we've covered a lot, but what's the one big idea, the main takeaway that you absolutely need to remember from all this?
It's this right here. This quote is everything. Every single dollar you put into your asset column is like hiring a tiny little employee, an employee that works for you 24 hours a day, never complains, never takes a vacation, and can keep working for your kids and even their kids. It's that powerful.
And really, that's the bottom line. It's simple. Keep your day job, be the best employee you can be. But at the end of the day, start putting your energy and your money into building your own business on the side. Start minding your business.
Look, this is way more than just a financial tip. It's a whole new way of looking at your life and your future. So now that you know the lesson is to mind your own business, to build that asset column brick by brick, the only real question left is, what are you going to do about it?